Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslie if you don't know me. Today's video is a collab video for this month. If you want to see what it's all about, then just keep watching. Alright, let me get started here while I talk about the word of the month. Now the word of the month is valley, and I believe it is Sandra's month. Let me just quote her on this because I don't remember exactly, but it says, I would like everyone to do a neutral glam look using earth tones you would normally see in a valley, like browns, greens, and blues, and apply your favorite lashes, and the lips are your choice. So that's what we're going for today. We're going for a neutral look. Maybe I'll do like a color on the bottom here, on the lower lash line, and a nude lip. And I haven't worn lashes in a long time, so I'm excited to wear lashes for this look. That'll be exciting. But yes, it is Sandra's month, so we'll be doing that. I usually do my brows off camera, but since I haven't done them here with you guys in a while, I decided that I would do them here. It's super easy. I don't do anything crazy. Well, I change it up like every few months. I get bored of doing it one way, so then I start doing them a different way. Now I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow. The shade that I use is called Ebony. It's super easy for me to do them. I just use this, and then I go in with a brow gel afterwards. And as you guys can see, I'm going in very lightly just to shape the brow and then fill in whatever I need to fill in. Usually I do make the tail a little bit darker because I don't have that many hairs out here. And I just do it with whatever was in my brush. I barely even grabbed anything, but whatever is on my brush left over, I go in and start filling it in with that. And there you go. I still go in with the brow gel like I was saying. I'm using the Milk Makeup Kush Clear Brow Gel. I just use this to lift up the brows and make sure that they stay in place. Nothing too complicated about it. And if I feel like I've gone too far up, like with the, it doesn't have a color, but you know how it picks up the color of the brow pomade, that's why it looks like more brown up there, but easy peasy. And then I'm just gonna do the other one real quick and I'll be right back. And so we are back with the other brow done. Now we're just gonna prep the skin real quick. So we're gonna go in with this. This is the Sephora Smooth and Blur Primer. Definitely feels like a blurring primer. You know how like blurring primers have that texture to them. Could definitely feel it, and I think you can see it too. Actually, my skin has been going through it, as you guys can see. Look at all this like breakouts everywhere. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's because of my food choices recently. If you guys saw my last video, I did talk about going on a fitness journey or health journey, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't been using like new products or anything. I've been doing my skincare regularly, or trying to at least. So I don't know, could be that. But these are all like scarring from the breakouts that I've had. There is no actual sit that is actually active sit right now on my face. It's just scarring. So I'm hoping that with skincare and stuff, it'll help it minimize that. But anyways, now that we are done with the primer, I am going to go in with a light foundation. This is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer from ColourPop. So I'm just gonna go in with that. I'm just gonna put it here on my hand and apply it on the face. Just this brush here, and just to give me a little bit of coverage. I don't want anything too crazy. We are doing a glam look, so I'm gonna go lighter on the face, and then we'll glam up the eyes and everything else. Just a little bit of the face. You guys already can tell the difference between this side and this side. Just enough to cover. I think you can still see through the face here. Like you can still see my skin through that. So that's fine. And if we need any extra coverage, I'll just use some concealer or something. Try not to be too heavy. I still want to keep that glow from that moisturizer because it looks pretty. But I want a little more coverage. I think I'm gonna go just in a little tiny bit with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. Just a little bit. Barely put anything on the back of my hand. I'm gonna use that whole thing for my face, for my whole face. Get a little bit extra coverage. Just a tiny bit. There we go. That's better. Gives me a tiny bit more coverage. Still keeping that nice luminous skin. Oh yeah, that feels better. Not too crazy. Putting it around the eye like I always do. And then whatever is left just on the forehead, which is not a lot. Just because I wanted that little extra coverage. And we're done with that. Yay! I am gonna grab a bronzer here. So I found a way to use my e.l.f. powder bronzer, powder, what is this, a powder foundation? I didn't like it because it felt too drying on the skin, but I did start using it like a way to bronzen up my face. You guys can see that. That's not too bad, I guess. I think the camera's making it look more orange than it actually is. Just a little bit around the perimeter of my face. I think it gives my face a nice color to it. I am gonna do a little bit of a contour on the nose. Not contour, but like give it some color, I guess. So it's not just there. I'm still using that e.l.f. product for this part. I do bring it all the way to the brow here just so it's connected somehow and it doesn't look like just two random lines on my nose, because I don't like how that looks. But there you go. Now we're gonna blush. Blush, blush, blush. I think I'm gonna go with this one here from e.l.f. This is the Always Spicy Primer Infused Blush or something like that. It's a pretty color, so I'm just going in with this. More of that earthy tone type of shade. It's really pretty. You guys know I always bring it on my nose just because I like how it looks. On my chin and a little bit on my forehead. Just whatever is left. I didn't go back in and grab any extra or anything. Whatever was left on my brush. And then we're gonna do a little bit of highlight. I think I'm gonna go with the Jaclyn Hill one. This is the mesmerized one and it looks like this. It's really pretty and it is very highlighty, so I'm just gonna go in with a little bit. I don't want it to be too crazy. There we go. And then just with my finger, I'm gonna go in with my pinky here. Put it on the tip of my nose, on the bridge of my nose, and on the lip here. Now just to melt all of those together, I am gonna go in with a mist. I'm gonna use this one from Toy Factory. It's a hyaluronic acid setting spray, but I'm just gonna use it to melt all of those products in together. I always feel so much better when everything just looks more synced into the skin. It just looks so much prettier than powder sitting on the face. We're done with that part. And I want to go in with my Natasha Denona bronze palette. And it looks like this. It's so pretty, very neutral looking. So we're going to use that for the eyes today. And then I probably grab a different palette to grab a color for the lower lash line. But I think... so I'm going to go in with a light brown just to use as a transition shade for everything, just to make everything blend nicely. So I'm going to use the shade Sundown, which is this one right here on the palette. Don't mind all the fingerprints on the mirror. But yes, I'm going in with Sundown. I'm not being super specific with it. I'm just kind of just popping it in here on the crease, well above the crease. And kind of just blending it out. And we're going to use that as a color that's going to blend everything else together. This is a big fluffy brush that I'm using, by the way, just like I said, to throw that color in the crease. And I'm not putting too much down because, like I said, I'm going to put more down to blend everything else later. So I don't want to overdo it and then it's going to be too orangey. So we're done with that color for now. Now I'm going to go in with the shade called Suntan, which is this one right here. And I'm going to put that one also on the crease, a little bit lower than the other one that I just put down. And on the outer corner here. And then work it in. I'm not grabbing anything extra. I'm just putting it on the crease, lower than the first color that I grabbed. And then go again in with that sundown color just to blend that out. I barely grabbed any. I'm just trying to blend that shade out so there's not like a crazy harsh line there. I'm gonna grab a smaller brush for the next shade. Still a fluffy brush, but a little bit smaller than the last one. Fine one. It's not as much as a fluffy brush. This is from ColourPop. It's kind of still fluffy, but it's more compacted, more compact, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. But instead of using it like, I'm gonna use it like to the side. I'm gonna use the shade called Magma for it. This darker brown right here. It's like a reddish brown type color, but it's still in that brown family. And this one's gonna go right on the crease. And I'm gonna pull it in a little bit into the lid here, just meeting like the center of the lid, and I am bringing it right on that crease. I grab a little bit more and just swoop it in there. I'm gonna go to the side like this and then blend it so it doesn't look like it's a harsh line there, but it's a little more precise than the other two shades that we used. I'm gonna go back in with Suntan, put that right on the outside of that shade, the Magma shade, and then going with Sundown again and make sure that that's blended as well. And I'm barely tapping those shades in. I'm not like going super hard in or anything like that. Try to keep it neutral, but still glam. So we're gonna add a little bit of an umph here, like a nice pretty shimmer from this palette. I'm just building up that nice brown there in the outer corners. Once that is there, blended to the side of the brush. So I'm going like with this part like this instead of keeping it this way. There we go. And then again in with Suntan to blend that out. And then Sundown to blend that out. And there we go. Now I'm going to use one of the sparkly shades in this palette. They're so pretty. These shades are also pretty and creamy. We are gonna use, they're too pretty. They're also pretty and creamy. Which shade do I choose? I think I want to use True Copper, which is this one up top here. And I'm gonna use my finger because I get the most payout from that with my finger. They're really creamy, by the way. They're like so pretty. So I'm gonna use that here next to that shade, just tapping it in with my finger. It's such a pretty color. And I'll do the same thing here. So pretty. I'm gonna go back in with Magma a little bit just to go over that so it doesn't look like I lost it there with that shimmer. There we go. There we go. I think I want to darken that outer corner a little bit too, so we'll go in with something darker here in a few. But for the inner part of the eye, I think I'm gonna go in with Silk, which is this pretty shade right here. They're just so pretty. Oh, there we go. Yeah. And I am going on top of it of the other shade as well. Can you see how wet looking that looks? It's just so pretty. Such a pretty palette. If you're a neutral type of girl or a glam neutral, I guess. If you like that nice. This one, this Natasha Denona palette, has a nice formula to it. I know sometimes people say that it's not like her other palette. I mean, the Metropolis palette is the best one. In my opinion, this is what this one looks like. This is the Metropolis one. This one is like the best palette out of all of her palettes, I think. But this one has a good formula. Like, the shimmers are really buttery, just like they are on the Metropolis palette. So I think this one's a little bit cheaper. I think this one's the 65 one, and then this one is the 129 or something like that. But such a good palette, so pretty. If you want something luxe, you'll definitely get that experience with that. I wanted to darken up the outer corner a little bit, so I'm gonna grab a pencil brush this one right here, and I'm gonna go into this darker shade right here, just a little bit here on the outer corner, just to darken it up a little bit and kind of create a wing type thing with this. Not necessarily a wing, but since I am gonna add lashes to it, I wanted to do something a little bit darker here. And I'm gonna bring it in here to the center, I think, of the eye, just to give like that pull, like not cat eye, I don't know how to say it, but like more up effect. I don't know. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. But I'm just gonna slowly fade it into the lash line here, making it the darkest out here. And then I am gonna go in with that shade called Magma that we used here, just to blend it out a little bit so it doesn't look too harsh, but still blend it into that there, but you still can see that it's a little bit darker there. So I'm gonna do the same thing here, obviously. I'm doing the same thing here, where it's just gonna go into the lash line. We're done with that part. Now the lower lash line, I do want to add a little bit of a color. So I think I am gonna go into the Metropolis one and maybe do the dark blue in here, which is this one right here. I'm gonna use that same pencil brush from the one that I used on the top here, and I'm gonna put that in there and then put it on my lower lash line. Kind of a mixture of that dark shade and that blue, but I think it'll look pretty at the end. I think I'm gonna add the shimmer above it on the lower lash line too. Okay, so there you have the blue, the lower lash line. I don't think you can see it that much. So I'm gonna go into the shimmer here, this one right here, and put that underneath of it. I think that'll look pretty. There we go. Now you can kind of see the blue more. There we go. And now for the waterline, I'm going to use this from Pixie. This is the Endless Silky Eye Pen, and it's in the shade Black Blue. And I'm going to put that on the waterline. There we go. Now I'm just going to put mascara on real quick and add the lashes. Found a mascara. This is from Lawless, and it's the One and Done mascara. I actually really like this. It makes the lashes look really pretty, but it's fine since we're gonna be using lashes. I'm just gonna do like a couple of coats. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy to it because, like I said, we are using lashes for this look. I haven't used lashes in a long time, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, I think that's good enough. I am gonna put also mascara on the under eyes or my lower lash line. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it looks so pretty just like that. Before I add the lashes, I'm gonna add the lip, and I think I'm gonna go in with this from Quiven. I don't know. It's Qveen. It's Queen. I got this in my last BoxyCharm that I got this month, and it's in the shade Spray Tan, and it's like a brown shade, so I think that'll look nice with this. So I'm just gonna go in line with this. It looks pretty actually. It kind of looks like my lip color, like what my lips would look like, kind of. We did go on the inside of it too. That looks pretty actually with this look. And then I'm gonna just line up the center a little bit. I'm gonna use this from Morphe. This is the, I don't even know. It's a gloss. I think it looks nice. What do you guys think? And then now I'm gonna add the lashes. My eyes are really watery, so I didn't want to add the lashes till the end. I think I'm gonna go in with these. I've gone through so many of these. These are the House of Lashes iconic lashes. They are really pretty. They're dramatic. They're just the right amount of dramatic, I think. And I think they would look pretty with this look. These are actually one of the first type of lashes that I've tried ever when I started doing makeup. So we're gonna do this. They are easy to apply, but they are a little thicker than what I've been using for a while now. If I do use a lash, like I said, I haven't used one in a long time, but if I do use a lash, I do prefer a thinner band just because they're easier to apply. But these are pretty, but let's see how this goes. I fixed them. I think they look better now. I do want to add a little bit of a thing here because it looks kind of funky at the front. So I'm going to use this brown liner from Almay, and I think that'll make it look better put together. It's just a brown liner, so it doesn't look too harsh with like black. go. Yay! Let me pull this down. Alrighty, I think that is the... This makes me feel really pretty, really glam. I do like it a lot. I think it came out really nice and really pretty, and of course very glam like. What do you guys think? Is this something you guys would wear? It's more on the neutral side, but I think it's still pretty with the dark blue at the bottom. I think like it makes my eyes pop out a little bit, and definitely brown I think looks good on everyone. Like neutral colors looks good on everyone. So I'm super excited that I was able to do this look. And then lashes. I haven't used lashes in forever. It was rocky there for a little bit, but I think the overall look came out pretty good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys check out the other girls here in the playlist on the description box, and any other videos that you have missed, those will be on the description box as well. If you guys are interested in knowing anything further about any of the products I mentioned, just let me know. Put it down in the comments, and yeah. Toodles!